Babajide Kolade-Otitoju speaks on Ipob and its supporters on the Thursday edition of the TVC Journalists Hangout hosted by Bukola Samuel, where Memo the issue of the call for the return of inmates who escaped from the Nigerian correctional facility in Imo State was discussed, and veteran journalist Babajide Kolade-Otitoju made use of the opportunity to call out the Ipob and its supporters who reportedly carried out the attacks in Imo State. So he said, it will be difficult for many of the escaped inmates to return. A lot of these people are terrorists, murderers, and some are waiting for trial for manslaughter, and they know the implication of being sentenced for murder. Hence, they would not want to go back to prison. We have seen cases during the NSAS protest that was hijacked where escaped inmates went back into their places of origin to kill individuals who gave evidence against and it is worrisome that to see some people supporting the activities of individuals Ipob who broke into the prisons in Owerri. Boko Haram started like this, and there were people who felt that Boko Haram were freedom fighters just because they were doing what those people wanted. At a time, Boko Haram was attacking churches, and some people gave their support until the Boko Haram realized they couldn't drag Nigeria into a religious war. Then they started killing Muslims. Prominent Muslims were killed, and even General Shua, a Nigerian war hero, who was murdered. Even Muslim clerics who preached against them were killed. Nobody knows where these Ipob attacks will end, and as even some of them, the supporters, may be victims of these attacks. No one knows how these Ipob attacks would end, so it's foolhardy to support the use of terrorism to achieve an aim. They can use other lawful means to achieve their agitation, and terrorism will and should never be a welcome idea. It makes no sense at all, and as a matter of fact, many innocent people will get killed. How can a rational human being justify terrorism in all in the name of achieving an aim? Many people who do not deserve to die are getting killed in the name of agitation for Biafra or whatever. Terrorism should not be condoned in any guise. So that's what he had to say. Well, first of all, it's not been confirmed if it's Biafrans or it's Ipob or ASN or whatever. It has not been confirmed. So again, you sort of saying that statement, you just give the idea that you are confident that it's Ipob that carried out these attacks. It has not been proven. And second of all, it is a disrespect for me. The Biafrans or the Ipob literally launched ESN as a secret. Nobody knew. Everybody was surprised. And you think that they would do something as reckless as this? What would be the logical reason for Biafrans to do this? Why would you think that they would do this? They're literally giving ammunition. If they did, they're literally giving ammunition to the government to use against them. Why would they ever do that? They understand the country that they are in which they call it a zoo. So it's like they understand that you have to use tact and you have to be strategic, and you can't do things that are reckless like that. And then you're talking about terrorism. It is the absolute audacity and confidence and boldness for you to come and say that Biafrans are terrorists, because if you are practicing terrorism, it makes you a terrorist. That is what this man is saying, which is absolutely false, because again, you're saying this is how Boko Haram started. So what are you trying to say? That the government cannot handle Boko Haram? Even if it's escalated, how many years has it been since 2009, and yet the government has done nothing about it? There are bandits that are kidnapping children, and the government, or on the guise of Sheikh Gumi, is literally giving them ransom, giving them money. And you are saying that this is how we need to curb, that you're saying that this is basically the start of what could be a terrorist group, because you're literally comparing Ipob to Boko Haram. How does that make sense? How does that logically make sense? So again, you don't, and it's just very, very sad, because again, you have people like this who is a veteran journalist. Like, okay, there's this expectation to understand that you cannot give opinions on certain things that are not yet proven. It is dangerous. And so as a veteran journalist, and I'm guessing he would get all the accolades and all that, you can't do certain things like that. Let's what the comment here says. Someone says Babajide is recruited by the Jagaban. He is waiting for 2023 to start his job in earnest. Who told you Ipob committed the offense? just your hatred of Ipob to see if the crumbs that fell from Fulani's table will reach your side. Shame to you before. I have big regards for you now. 0. And that's true. In addition, someone says, to kill for any reason is very bad, but Babajide, what was your comments when police, DSS, and army went and killed some youths in Emene in Enugu because they are Ipob? So then is it then justified? Because he then talks about how innocent people are being killed and they did not deserve to be killed. And so it's like, does that not speak to how inadequate and insufficient, and I don't even know what to say. It does not show how, inadequate the military is. Isn't that where the focus should be on? Because, again, and a correctional facility, first of all, I think the fact that what we're even missing, that it is such an insult and an offense. How can 1,800 inmates run away? How does that happen? What is the building made of? Like, I don't understand. You'd think that these police stations, at least, if there are no good hospitals, no good schools, that at least they would invest in some proper high-tech security when it comes to these, these facilities. So isn't that more embarrassing that a correctional facility was broken into? More than almost 2,000 people escaped. And then the worst thing is, you then go and beg that they should come back. Your government went to beg and say, if you escaped, come back. What is the logic in that? So it just shows that these people have absolutely no power. And I think that instead of focusing, I don't even know what we can focus on. Because there's just so many foundational issues that we're talking about the output of those, foundational issues, when we should actually go back to the foundation. But then again, it's just a cycle of madness, honestly. It's very confusing. Someone says, so Jida has investigated and found Ipob culpable, veteran journalist indeed. Someone says, in Igbo land, no elders. That's why they are very insultive, both boys and ladies. Check social media. Okay, I don't know what this person is saying. But, this person is saying that because he's an elder, then we should respect. No, because you are old or you have accumulated a lot of age does not mean that you have to lack sense. And if you do not come to, you're using a platform and you're a veteran journalist, and then because of your age you're then given a pass. Do you know how the stereotypical jabs that are taken at the Nigerian youth because of their age? Let's not bring age into this, because it will be a war, and it does not even make sense. Why are you bringing age into this? Doesn't matter. Put what you think about this in the comment section below, and do not forget to like and subscribe.